April 3rd, 2022. I tried earlier to tape the ad council, but it's lowercase AD council message and commercial. For some reason, even though I hit the tape button, it disappeared off my phone. And however that works. But I find it very interesting because on this particular one, first of all, the movie is from 1988. It's called Die Hard. And this week out, Bruce Willis, the star of the movie, his perhaps publicist or his, I don't know, his image consultant or his family or however they work, important people's whatever in the world, came out and said that he has aphasia, some new fancy way to describe some form of communicative disease or breakdown inside the system between the physiology, the anatomy, and the physicality that exists just beyond our human comprehension. And so while I'm trying to pull up that movie, keeping in my heart someone that I know that may have grown up watching it, thinking that that was his superhero, knowing that art imitates life in whatever and whomever I might be speaking of. And looking in the same contextual structure as I might the born identity or the born supremacy, or today I found today Free Guy. That's the newest one. So I'm looking but just prior to the beginning of the movie Die Hard, there's something lowercase AD, and then it's spelled Cou, COU, and then it's NCIL. And inside of it, it has the Black Lives Matter movement, but it's not black water that I can tell, where you go out in a sailboat or a whatever kind of boat and there's no lights on anywhere and the water is so black. I mean, like, it looks black. There's no light. Maybe there's a moon, maybe there's not. Maybe there's stars, maybe there's not. Depends on where your vessel is at the moment. Or, so, again, I don't know where they get this money from and how they start these movements, but it leaves a lasting impression on the couch folks that are under a potato status. I personally, I'm in the receiver of this message is in like a York peppermint patty confectionery, like silver lining, dark outer coat, white gypsum inside, looking like coconut pulp on the inside, looking product or produce. So this looks, if this is the ad council and what Black Lives Matter, because it says that no lives will matter until Black Lives Matter. That is one of the most frightening things ever, being that I'm in North America. We have a face of four European-looking men on a Mount Rushmore in Black Hills, South Dakota. We have a white house to defend, some white ancestry that goes along with the rock that they went through all the trouble in the Monumental Men. But there's a lowercase ad council, and then there's some capital somewhere, and then there's some stuff that's going on that doesn't look right. I don't. and I don't know who to ask for help. This is what it looks like.
Whether you love magic or not, there's a little magician in all of us. And using the little magician inside of me, I'm going to make the little magician inside of you suddenly appear by saying the magic words. Magic videos are tonight's assignment, America. Not bad, right? Huh? Okay, need some examples. Here you go.
What's going on?
Land of the free. It's at the core of who we are. Freedom.
It said America.
The freedom to live without fear. To drive
That symbol was in New York.
all 50 states. To sleep safely in our own beds. The freedom to jog where we please. To watch birds in the park. To wear a hoodie.
Currently, I'm not able to jog. I'm not in physical condition where the heart rhythm, the pulse rhythm, the atmosphere, the lightning doesn't even strike in a vertical horizon. It strikes within the stratosphere clouds, not in not in the way that one of the other states, being either Kansas or Alabama, has put up as evidence on their own whatever in my local New York State area. My personal videos that I've taken, the lightning looks very different, indicative of something at ground control and ground level is functioning differently than in other states, even though we're in close proximity.
The freedom to breathe. Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because no matter your religion, gender, disability.
So I see a whole lot of things I'm not. But they said that their lives, everything that's not me, their lives have to come first before, like, no life at all is going to matter unless Black lives matter.
Age, race, all lives can't matter until Black lives.
That is definitely an interesting, lasting impression. And it says, love has no labels, learn, act, donate. But there's no phone number. And this is the movie I was trying to reach, is Die Hard from 1988. Again, I don't know how these things start, what they mean. There's nobody to explain them. It's very confusing. It leaves you with a visualization and a lasting impression about like a really strong Black movement. I'm in New York where the ad council is paying to have these advertised, but yet I have a Supra issue, being that the White House and the president that inhabits the White House, however that comes to be, has to be protected. But this comes on the heels of an even more dangerous issue that in preceding years leading up to this breakdown in the atmosphere, we're now at a coronavirus BA.1, BA.2, which is a pressurized system issue somewhere in the between galaxy and solar system that I'm integrated into, and I'm currently reporting on my own health issues. But there's some side game of monopoly with utilities and zoning, and they use these words like gerrymandering and I have no idea who and what is steering themselves into this mess. While my personal anatomy, especially at my integration level, like when the earth stands still, and then that's when whatever. When I was thinking before, I'm like, again, sometimes people say, like, you can't even say to the, like, who do you speak to? Like, because they think you're at home with tinfoil on your head. I'm like, yeah, unless you know a hairdresser. Because girls, they put tinfoil, the hairdressers put bleach or peroxide of some concoction, and then tinfoil on the girl's hair as they're getting ready for like big hot date. So I mean, again, but it's not like a tinfoil hat like I'm waiting for aliens to come.
It's 8
That,
o'clock bath time.
yeah, in that sense, because again, it gets confusing. And am I getting ready for a hot date? No, I have no money. I couldn't get tin foil on my hair even if I wanted to. But am I sitting at home with tin hats and like, I don't know what crazy people look or sound like, so I don't even know. But I know that I've heard in the EDP section of Speaking to Humans that are in some function of dealing with the public, they've talked about putting tinfoil hats on. And again, I don't know if that's like candidate and hazing and messing mentally with the public. I mean, there's some messed up people out there, but being abducted by aliens, it's happened. Again, foreigners, but there's a whole level of safety measure that goes along with that. So, this gets really concerning the further in a deep state programming that you have to report on. I have to report because I've got BA1 and BA2 that's affecting my person, my parson, in a differential. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza. Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken. It's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.